What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is the fallout from Money in the Bank last night and how the road to SummerSlam should start. So, last night at Money in the Bank, we had a very interesting turn of events. And I'm not just talking about the fact that during the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, the Peacock app started to have seizures. I don't know what the hell was. I don't know what the hell was going on. But luckily, we were able to watch the main event, which was incredible. But we also got to see the return of a 16-time champion in John Cena. So now with everything that happened last night, which includes the Usos becoming 7-time tag team champions, Nikki A.S.H, almost a superhero, winning Money in the Bank from out of nowhere, Styles and Omos retaining their tag titles against the Viking Raiders, Bobby Lashley retaining the WWE title with the help of MVP, of course. No surprise there. Charlotte Flair becoming a 13, or rather now I guess a 14-time women's champion. Big E becoming Mr. Money in the Bank, and of course Edge losing to Roman Reigns with the help of Seth Rollins, which does not surprise me, given the fact that Rollins was supposed to be was the one that was in. I guess he put his name in the hat, if you will, for a chance to face Roman last night and Money in the Bank, but that did not come to pass. So now with all that, the big question is, what's next? Well, from the rumors that I've heard, I heard rumors that Sheamus is supposed to be defending his United States title again tonight on Raw, but this time it will be against Humberto Carrillo. But apparently Sheamus can't lay a hand on him until the match starts. I don't know if these rumors are true, but this is just what I've seen on social media. We know that Cena will be on Raw tonight to address why he came back, but we all know why. It's not to target Bobby Lashley. It's to target Roman Reigns. I've talked about this a few times on the channel, where we heard rumors that Cena would come back in time for SummerSlam, and sure enough, he came back. So I feel like if Cena coming back to Raw, I think obviously he will be targeting Roman Reigns, but I'll be surprised if he targets Bobby Lashley, which I'm not so sure if that'll be wise given the fact that he's got MVP in his corner, but excuse me, but you never know. You never know. As far as the Raw Women's title goes, this really doesn't surprise me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Charlotte Flair is indeed a decorated champion, but think of the roster that's on Raw. You have Alexa Bliss, you have Naomi, you have Asuka, Dana Brooke. You've got, well, I would say Mandy Rose, but now she's on. She's back in NXT. We've heard rumors that Aaliyah was going to be joining the Raw roster now that she's broken away from the Robert Stone brand over in NXT. And of course, also Nikki A.S.H, almost a superhero. She, all those women would have been a perfect challenge for Rhea Ripley, especially Nikki A.S.H. She would have been a perfect challenge for Rhea Ripley, but nope, it ended up being Charlotte Flair, and I think we all know why. It's simple. Charlotte Flair calls herself the opportunity, but she's not giving anyone else an opportunity. It's all about her. It's all about her. Yeah. Yeah. And in a perfect WWE world, Charlotte Flair would give everyone else a shot at the Raw Women's title. She would step aside and let someone else challenge. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. So, I think, obviously we know the rivalry between Rhea and Charlotte, it is far from done. It is far from done. You know Rhea Ripley is going to get her rematch for the Raw Women's title. We could even see that rematch at SummerSlam in Las Vegas, which, honestly, I would not mind seeing that, because this would be Rhea's SummerSlam debut, and we all know once you debut at a big pay-per-view like WrestleMania or even like SummerSlam, nerves. The nerves start to kick in, and you'll feel like you're about to pass out. Literally. So yeah, I think maybe we'll see a rematch, but we'll never know. We'll never know. As far as the SmackDown Women's title goes, Bayley's been taken out with an injury. We have Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, the women's tag team champions, Tamina and Natalya. We have Carmella, we have Sasha Banks, we have Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Nox. All those women would be a perfect match for Bianca for her SmackDown Women's title. As far as who I think could potentially challenge her, I would probably say maybe Liv Morgan, maybe Zelina Vega, because people forget Zelina Vega is a former women's champion, but not in WWE, outside of WWE. She's won a few championships in her career, throughout her entire career, and she's pretty good. She is a pretty good competitor, if I say so myself. I know that some people are gonna probably at me in the comments saying that she can't wrestle, but if you guys had watched TNA from back in the day, Zelina Vega was actually there as part of the faction known as LAX, which I believe was called what did it stand for? The Latin American Exchange, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. But I think that I believe that's how it was spelled out. But yeah, Vega was a part of that faction, and her and her tag partner, I think, was it Rosita? I think they ended up becoming tag team champions over there. Yeah, there are just so many different elements that we can expect. As far as the Intercontinental title goes, I've heard rumors that the title is going to be defended sometime in the next couple of weeks on SmackDown. Maybe, and with Big E now as Mr. Money in the Bank, I mean, he could potentially challenge for the title, but knowing a guy like Apollo Crews, he'll probably pull a Shelton Benjamin and say, "Oh, I'll only do that if you put the briefcase up for grabs." Literally, that's what I feel like would happen. But again, anything can happen with WWE. I feel like Big E, with Big E as Mr. Money in the Bank, this puts Roman Reigns at. This will put Roman's head on a swivel. Because with Big E, swarming, SmackDown. Ugh, Roman Reigns better beware. He can call himself the head the head of the table, the tribal chief, whatever the hell he wants, as many times as he wants. That won't stop the fact that Big E could cash in the Money in the Bank on Roman Reigns, and E walks out as Universal Champion. Will it happen? Yes. I believe that Big E will become world champion someday via that briefcase. Is it at all possible now? Yes, it is possible, but you have to. But you also have to think about the X factor, which are obviously the Usos and Paul Heyman. If Big E cashes in, the match starts. Once Roman Reigns was in danger, the Usos would come in, attack Big E, he fails. That is like that would be today's WWE. In a perfect WWE, Big E becomes Universal Champion. But again, it's the WWE. You never know what can happen. However, we do know that if you guys remember last night at Money in the Bank, we saw Seth Rollins get involved in the match when the referee was out of commission with a tweaked leg, mind you. What is? Oh. Sorry, guys, my shoe. I lost my shoe, or rather my sandal, I guess. Anyway, we saw Seth Rollins help Roman Reigns retain his Universal title, and now Rollins is going to be in a rivalry with Edge. Once Edge is done with Reigns, potentially at SummerSlam, Edge is putting his focus back on that title, and it could potentially mean that Edge will not stop until he gets what he wants, which is obviously the Universal title. But with John Cena now added to the mix, this puts Reigns at a huge disadvantage, because you have John Cena and Edge. You have a future and a current Hall of Famer. You have a former Universal Champion in Seth Rollins, and then of course you have Mr. Money in the Bank, Big E, all gunning for you. All gunning for Roman Reigns and the Universal title. That's putting Reigns at a huge disadvantage, given the fact that all 5 of these men, as far as world titles go, and this also counts for the NXT title. In fact, if I remember correctly, let's take a look. I'm actually gonna go onto my calculator right now on my phone. So let's see. So John Cena has won 16 titles. Seth Rollins has won 4, has won 5, counting the NXT title. Big E has won 1, counting the NXT title. Edge has won 11, and Roman Reigns has won 5. That is a combined total of 38 world titles. Now, as far as the other championships go, Edge, if I remember correctly, I'm actually gonna go online here. I'm actually gonna go online here really quickly and check out Edge's accomplishments right here. Because I talked about it before. So Edge has won has won. Hang on. So Edge has won 5 Intercontinental titles, 1 United States title, 12, 14 tag team titles overall. So he's a Grand Slam champion just right off the bat. Reigns has won 1 tag title, 1 US title, 1 Intercontinental title. Cena has won 5 United States titles and 4 tag team titles, which means he's a Triple Crown champion. Big E has won 9 tag team titles, and Rollins has won 6 tag team titles, 2 Intercontinental titles, if I remember correctly. If I remember right, I believe so. I'm actually going to look online really quickly. Let's see. One United States title, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so that right there, so all that right there is a combined 86 championships overall. Overall, 86 titles that all 5 of those men have held. That is incredible. So with all 4, wanting to become Universal Champion, who truly deserves to be the #1 contender for the title come SummerSlam? In my opinion, I think it's John Cena. As crazy as this sounds, yes, I know that you guys are probably going to comment saying, Seth deserves it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Seth Rollins is worthy of challenging Reigns for the title, but think about this. Cena and Reigns, if you go back to No Mercy 2017, I'm actually going to go back in my book here. If you go back to No Mercy 2017, there was a match between John Cena and Roman Reigns where Reigns pinned Cena, hitting him with the spear. Fast forward 17, 18, 19, 22. Fast forward 4 years later, and now we're seeing this again. Cena is trying to right the wrongs of the past and trying to defeat Roman Reigns for the title. If he goes on Raw tonight and says, I'm here to challenge Roman Reigns for his title at SummerSlam, you know it's going to happen. You know Reigns will jump at the gun and say, okay, I'm in, let's go. So, there's a lot that can be said about the road to SummerSlam. So, but I think one thing that definitely needs to happen is there are 5 things that I feel like needs to happen. 1, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley again at SummerSlam. This time, I'll say, I don't know, maybe a submission match. Maybe something else. I don't know. John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston again with MVP banned from ringside. Apollo Crews versus Big E for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam, and then the last thing, the Usos versus the Mysterios for the SmackDown Tag Titles at SummerSlam. Those are the 5 matches that I would not mind seeing, because we all know when it comes to the SmackDown Tag Team when it comes to the tag team division on Raw or SmackDown, they always get they always get either the kickoff show or the opening matchup. Which, don't get me wrong, it truly is an honor to be the opening match for a big card like SummerSlam. Keep in mind, this will be the biggest SummerSlam pay-per-view since Wembley Stadium in 1992, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. I know that this was kind of a relatively short one, but again, you guys know these are just my thoughts. This is my own opinion anyway. But question of the day. What matches do you guys want to see take place at SummerSlam? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which gets posted every Monday. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.